The minority in Parliament has urged former government appointees to boycott any invitations from the Operation Recover or Loot Oral Committee, describing its establishment as unconstitutional. Led by the Member of Parliament for Swami, John Darko, the minority caucus argued that the creation of Oral is illegal, asserting that constitutionally established bodies already exist to investigate alleged wrongdoings. ChannelOne News' Ni Ayikwe Okain reports.
Monday, January 13, 2025, the Appointments Committee of Parliament, chaired by Bernard Ahiafo, vetted some 3 ministers designated by the President to the office of Attorney General and Ministry of Justice, Energy and Finance. Now, after the vetting, the minority group has engaged the media, accusing the chairman of the committee of being extremely partisan and also protecting the nominees. They allege that they were also bullied on the committee.
The deliberate refusal to provide a series of the nominees to committee members in advance, and the refusal to invite questions on the series were all calculated attempts to obstruct constructive and effective scrutiny of the nominees. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of the Appointments Committee was the first real obstacle to a diligent vetting of the ministerial nominees. He denied the Ghanaian people and the minority members of the committee the opportunity to conduct a thorough vetting of the nominees. He was protective of the nominees and extremely partisan.
A group led by the MP for Swami, John Darko, has urged former government appointees to boycott any invitation from the Operation Recover or Loot Committee, describing it as an unconstitutional setup.
A former government official and invited by this so-called ORA, our advice to you from the minority is to boycott any invitation from the ORA team. We are not going to be part of it because we believe that there are constitutionally established bodies that can investigate any so-called misdeeds of the government. What are they doing? What they are doing is to go about disturbing people, entering homes, taking vehicles, seizing vehicles, and more or less taking over lands from people who have genuinely purchased lands. What the former government officials have done is to acquire properties that legally they could acquire. No illegality has taken place. In any case, the NDC, their members, have also acquired lands in this country. The executives, Okujetu, Ablakwa and Co., they live in the cantonments. They live in airports. They live in the childbirths. Lands which were government lands, which they bought many years ago.
The minority also says there were some inconsistencies in responses provided by the nominees vetted by the Appointments Committee on Monday.
The Honorable Dr. Kesian Atuba Forson, who appeared as the Finance Minister designate, was evasive, inconsistent, and lacked clarity of thought. Having served as a Deputy Minister of Finance and a ranking member of the Finance Committee, one would have expected his answers to be forthright and to exude concrete solutions. For instance, on the specific matter of whether the government would cater for the first-year tuition fees or academic facility user fees of tertiary students as promised, we found the Minister-designate's response highly disappointing. How can a finance minister designate look into the faces of parents and young Ghanaian students and say that because he's not yet the minister, he cannot answer whether the pledge by President Mahama to pay for their fees will be honored? This is a clear way of telling our tertiary students that the NDC party just deceived them for their votes.
What the minority says, the Appointments Committee must adopt a more appropriate approach towards its vetting of ministerial nominees to avert having any damage caused to Ghana's democracy. They believe that this would ensure that we do not have square pegs in round holes. Reporting for Channel One News from Parliament, Ni Ayukwe Okan.